All righty. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for the Exploring Telepathy call for January 3rd, 2026. Yay! So glad we made it. 2025, by a lot of accounts, was certainly a year of transformation. It was for me and Suzanne both. A lot of challenges came up that we had to work through to get to this next level, our expansion, to get ready for 2026. And but that's all, or at least mostly in the past. And I'm sure you guys have some stories of what you went through in 2025 to get you here. And yet, as we say, here you are and ready to rock in 2026. And this is going to be an incredible year, I think, for a lot of reasons. Everybody's on their own journey, of course, but um, from my perspective, there's a lot of us coming together here to help move forward our own connection to our higher selves, open up our spiritual, telepathic channels, our energy connections, go more into the heart, follow our own guidance systems. And in doing so, we become the example for humanity that's around us. We're not here to change anybody or to convince them to be different than they are. That's not our job. But our job is to move forward in our own lives, what our passion and purpose are calling us to. And then, as an overflow of the full cup, we then infect people with the positive energy that we're experiencing, and that everyone can be encouraged to grow and expand in their own direction. And I think that's what trickles down into humanity. It's one of the reasons I love doing these calls and being in this group so much, is that we're all more or less on the same kind of journey, or at least we're aware enough that there is a journey to have. And then we are doing the best and coming together like this, sharing our stories, experiences, and what have you, to encourage each other and know that you're not alone. Everybody's on parallel journeys, and we all came into this together for the sake of expansion, and we're here to enjoy the process. And it's, to me, is nothing better than doing it with a group of spiritually like-minded people. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kevin Young. I'm an intuitive coach and also one of the admins for the Autism Telepathy Conversations community that this Zoom call is a part of. We just hit 15,000 members. Yay. Just last week, I think it was, which is remarkable. I still can't get over this. I've said many times I joined in, I think it was late January, maybe, or early February. We had 4,400 people. So we've had over 10,000 people join this group as a result. And a large part of that is because of the telepathy tapes, of course. Everybody, I'm sure, knows about them. And if you don't, that should be your homework in 2026. Get familiar with the telepathy tapes. They just open up so many possibilities. They help us to see what's the potential within us. And I love that I'm part of this group and doing my little part on the side to help this group expand. And then again, by extension, by radiation of our beautiful positive energy, then we're helping those around us to expand, and then they help others, and it really becomes a huge multiplier. So we're here to explore telepathy and the foundation behind it, which is really the internal connection to self and to source. And as that opens up and the fears drop away, those channels naturally open up. Telepathy, channeling, spiritual consciousness, mediumship, all of this intuitive guidance all comes from the same process, which is relaxing, coming into the now moment, letting go of the fears and challenges that we grew up with. And then the channel naturally opens up. And telepathy is just one part of that, although in this group it's an important part. And so we'll play around with that today, talk about experiences that are maybe worth sharing. We're always leaning more towards the positive side of things. We all have the deep, dark, sad stories that are part of us, but in this call, we prefer that you share a new awareness, a new experience you had, no matter how small it is. If you had a little success, this is the place to share it. And maybe what you've learned about yourself in the process. I could write a book about what I've learned about all the challenges I had as a child that are all still coming up at my age. But that's just part of the process of expansion. And what the neat thing that happens is that as you do this work on yourself, and I'm sure you guys all know this, you focus on what's calling you, guiding you, step into the fears, get help if you need to move past them, then you develop a toolkit that helps you to identify when something comes up that blocks you, something where you have a fear of moving forward, but you have that inspiration at the same time, and you get kind of that stuck thing. I've been there many times. I'm even there right now in some areas, knowing that there's something to push through and let go of that is in the past that's holding you in the place and letting the inspiration pull you forward. So we'll talk about all this kind of stuff. Whatever comes up, this is an open forum. I'm just facilitating, and of course, I've got a lot of things that I can share, but this is all about you guys sharing as well, whatever you want to. There's no rules really, other than keeping it positive and focused on telepathy and the underlying journey. We're not here to prove that telepathy exists or any of that other kinds of stuff. We'll leave that for other people. Right here, we're just here to enjoy what we know already and expand our understanding of that. You guys know how Zoom works, so I don't need to give you any kind of lecture. Feel free to raise your vibrational hand. Wave at me if you want. If you want to chat or say something, there's also the little raise hand button in the React menu if you want to do it that way. It's all good. Or type something in the chat window. That's for sharing things as well. So what we're going to do today is Melissa will be leading us in a opening meditation just to kind of stabilize our frequencies and bring us kind of up to this common frequency where we'll have a really good interchange. Expect to have synchronicities and have questions even answered that maybe you brought into the conversation. It's magic as our frequencies raise and we connect in with the non-physical at the same time. We get all sorts of connections and guidance. Maybe we'll even hear from some of the non-speakers through maybe Melissa or some of the rest of you who are open telepaths. And then, like I said, we'll talk about whatever comes up. 2026 is a great time, the beginning here to chat about intentions. What would you like to expand into this year? I'm not into resolutions or goals because those tend to be limited by the mind, but rather what's the direction I want to lean more into? What would be a fun thing that by the end of the year I could say, yeah, I stepped more towards that. You can share that today if you want as well. I do invite you to have a piece of paper and pen or a notes app or something for when we do both the meditation, the Melissa's leading, and also the telepathy practice that we're going to do near the end that I will lead, because things are going to come up to you. You're going to, something you will feel, energy moving, even if it's just a quiet that you've never had before, right up to feeling messages or connections or imagery. All sorts of fun stuff happens in a beautiful energetic group like this. So just be open to what comes. And I think that's about all I got to say. I'm so glad to see all you guys here. It's a beautiful group. Great way to start this year.
I say hi to him.
Nope, I think I see Olivia there.
Say hi,
and Grandma. I'm
Loud.
going to pin you guys up for just.
Oh, look, we're on the big screen now.
Yeah, there's a
Frozen
granddaughter,
up. Okay,
Olivia.
good.
She just turned 6 a few months ago. She's been staying with us. And we had a great time together, haven't we, Olivia? We have a great time. She's my high energy little being. She gives the best hugs in the world.
You can't tell right now, though. She's being low energy right now because it's new. She's not used to seeing Grandpa on a screen. Like Grandpa's right next door in the room. She hears him.
Yeah.
But here we are in this room too. Is that fun?
Yeah. Absorb and share some of the energy.
Next time we'll come in and say hi after you're done meditating again, and she's going to have a ponytail then.
All right.
Right now she got it long, so when she does her next recital, she can wear a ponytail like all the girls have ponytails in the recital. It's a musical she's going to be in, but that's not till next year. She's growing her hair out, right? All right. Okay, well, let Melissa do her meditation, and then we'll go excuse ourselves.
All right. All right, Melissa, turning it over to you.
Good morning, beautiful people. How was everybody this new year? I can't believe it's 2026. It's great. We're all here together, this beautiful space. I'm so excited to see everybody. See where we go on a journey today for a little bit within ourselves, and maybe we'll meet up together in this journey too. See where our beautiful souls land. So everybody just get comfortable in whatever feels best to you. I'm trying to get my chair in a cozy spot here. There's no right or wrong here. We're just being all together. one consciousness in here, one love. Calling in whoever would like to join us. Guides, angels, the kids, animals, trees, nature, spirit. Just feel yourself supported here. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just here in this moment right now. With all our beautiful vibrations and the love that we're all bringing here today. Just notice your breath. Nothing to control, just the natural rhythm. Maybe you feel a sense of calmness come over you. You are here now and supported. I want you to bring your attention to your heart space. Just feel the love from all of us here today. Some of us might not be used to feeling this. This warmth within might be new, might be a remembering coming up. Just to be in this beautiful collaboration with others. We're going to go on a little journey to a place of your own. It's your sacred space. This is your place. Might be a beautiful field with flowers. Might be the ocean calling you. Or a beautiful mountain with the sun peeking over it. Or a waterfall. Wherever you're at right now, this is your sacred place. Take a moment just to look around. What feelings might come up? What sensations in your body? The smells around you. Someone's here to greet you at your place. Look around and see. Maybe it's an animal hopping by just to leave a message, or the warmth of the sun on your face, or a human, or someone in spirit. Maybe it's just the feeling of love and warmth of being here. There's no right or wrong. It just is. Feel your body softening even more and relaxing into this beautiful sacred space of yours. Maybe you feel tingling in your arms and warmth in your body from this beautiful place. Maybe you hear the flow of a river, the calm sereneness, or the wind rustling and the leaves blowing in it. See if there's a message for you here. As you hear this message or this feeling inside, know that this is truth and love, and we are all here together. Now I want you to look around your sacred space and thank the person or the animal or whoever came to visit you today for being there with you. Feel this place within your heart and know this is your spot that you can always go to and return for calmness, peace, and love. There's a butterfly. If you can see it, and it's guiding you. Guiding you back here. It has threads and we're all connected. And it's bringing you back here right now into this space. Take a nice deep breath and a slow release. And allow yourself to be here and now. Feel the love between all of us. That thread that's holding us all together. This beautiful butterfly bringing us into 2026 together. Feel this warmth and this bright light surrounding all of us. In this beautiful sacred space, we are here together. And when you're ready, we can open our eyes. And join this beautiful circle together.
Very peaceful.
Thank you for going on your journey with me.
That's one of those things you could just sit in for hours. Pool of warm energy.
I think I need to go take a nap now. I feel like a warm little baby in a kangaroo's little sack.
Well, I got to say that I've this because of these meditations that you've done. I've sort of identified my sacred space as being at a little clearing in a forest where there's a 2-story waterfall, and it's emptying into a pool, and of course there's all sorts of wildlife around it, and sun coming through the clearing. And it's just a very warm, peaceful place to go to. And of course, anyone can show up. And this time I started to see an image of somebody. It felt like a hybrid of my mom and her piano partner, Ginny, which you know about, Melissa. And they were friends and partners for 40 years. And when my mom passed, my dad and Ginny actually connected as soulmates for many years. And then Ginny passed. And I've seen Ginny's imagery a number of times, and she's actually one of my guides now. And so the image, it became Ginny, and she's shown up in when Melissa and I do channeling sessions when she channels for me. And I intentionally brought Ginny forward to where I could see the not her face, but the image of her energy, and had a little conversation. And I haven't never done that intentionally before. Usually it's just they just show up, but this time I just invited her forward, and I heard her say, "You are fine. You are divine. You are sublime." Thank you, Ginny. I needed to hear that today. And then reminded me to let it go. So that was pretty cool. Anybody else want to share an experience that they had? Anybody show up, or just maybe imagery or feeling that you got? And Rachel says she was at a waterfall too. Yeah.
I'd like
Here
to
you are.
share.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The doorbell literally went at the end of the meditation, which was perfect. I literally just had enough time to get it in because I'm always in and out. But I imagined the favorite place that I always go to. It's beautiful, dark, soft, slightly long grass. It feels absolutely gorgeous and slightly cool underfoot. And there's a stream that I can hear bubbling, so it's really relaxing. And beyond that, there's like loads of trees. But there's all wildflowers on this side, and that's usually where I sit. And I've got the sun on my face, and I just love sitting there. And the animal that came to me, which isn't an animal that I usually identify with, it was a rabbit. It was a light brown rabbit, really big and fat and soft, and it just came up to me, and I just cuddled it. It just allowed me to just love it and play with its ears and everything. And I got the idea it was male, and it just came and gave me company. And then going into it, it just multiplied. Suddenly there's lots of rabbits just bouncing around, and I was just in so much joy just watching them, because even the way they frolic is so fun. And then the thought that came to my head was, if you focus on what you love, you get more of it. And I think that was the visuals of what I was being reminded of. So that was
Wow.
short and sweet and fun.
Wow, what a perfect metaphor. Yes, that's what you get, what you focus on.
That is beautiful.
I love that, Monique. So glad you
Thanks. It
could
was
make
great.
it
It's
today.
lovely. I know. One of the things that I also are being taught is acceptance. because I love coming to these, and I found that I was only actually coming to every other one, and it was perfect. But I was trying so hard to come to everyone, and the more I tried, the less you might notice I was able to attend. And as soon as I thought, oh, hang on a minute, this is a lesson on acceptance, and I thought, oh, if I'll make it or I won't make it. And guess what? I made it.
Good for you. You're always such a inspiration for us. Thank you for showing that. Hazel, I see your hand up. What's your experience, Hazel? Yeah, I know it takes a minute to find the button. Just tap on the screen and you should see there's a little microphone button, usually at the bottom if you're on a computer or if you're on an iPad. I think you're on an iPad or something. Yeah, just tap on the screen and here I'll help you. Click the S to unmute.
Oh,
There you go.
hello.
There you go. We can hear you.
Yeah, on the subject of like what Monique was saying about acceptance, and it's connected to the butterfly as well. Sometime before Christmas, I'm always crying. I cry all the time, and I was crying, and I was feeling like very like I don't know what the right word is. It's more like, oh God, here I go again, kind of feeling like, why do I keep doing this? And I'm thinking at my age, I should be able to like at least have some handle on, emotional regulation. And I was kind of down on myself. And then I don't know if you remember when I spoke about Hattie and she opened her hand once and all these butterflies flew out.
Hmm.
Well, as I was crying and just feeling really stupid, I saw this image of Hattie and she opened her hands and I saw the butterflies again. And then I saw like all my crying as the butterflies being released. And and then I sort of accept that part of myself and think, do you know what? That makes me human. And yeah, I do still need to get a handle on it because you can't be walking around crying all the time. But it gave me like a lot more sort of acceptance of myself. And I know in order me doing that, I believe that I will also be able to have more compassion and acceptance for other people as well. Um, I don't know if any of you have been watching those monks that have been walking across America, the Walk for Peace. I've been watching lots of their stuff on Facebook, and I like almost every time I see one, I'm crying my eyes out again. And I know this isn't like a counseling session or anything, but I was wondering in terms of this group and telepathy in general, and I know that like our fears block our ability. Um, but there's obviously some part of me that's still stuck in this mode that blocks everything, that seems to think like I'm not a good enough person when I actually don't do anything wrong, but I just had this feeling. And like I can't verify this because it happened in the last week of college, and Hattie, the nonverbal student, wasn't there. But during that week, she was away with her family. During that week, I had this like really strong visual sensation that Hattie was trying to get in touch with me and that she was in a lot of distress. I don't know why, I just saw her in a lot of distress. And I just kept, all I could do was I just kept going, Hattie, it's okay, I'm here, it's okay, and holding her hand. Um, so I guess my question is in terms of acceptance and the telepathy and the work and all our connection is with all the darkness that's going on in humanity, how can any of us as individuals change that? I mean, I know we can't change it for other people, but is there a way that we can help, like
But
help
you
the
are helping.
darkness?
You are helping by doing the work on yourself to release your own fears. Because in those moments, your connection opens back up and you can hear Hattie and others who need your support. And in those moments, you also raise your vibration. And as a result, you emanate a higher vibration to those around you who are looking but can't find it within themselves. So you become the lighthouse for them. And as they raise their vibration, they become the lighthouse for others around them. And as they raise their vibration, they become the lighthouse for those around them. And if you feel into that energy, you'll know that it doesn't take many multipliers like that before you've reached all of humanity. So don't underestimate the effect you're having on humanity just because you feel like you're struggling in the moment. What you're doing every time you notch up even a tiny bit, you're affecting everyone around you. And that's the natural byproduct of you taking care of you. Don't ever underestimate yourself, Hazel. I've felt your energy. You are a powerful creator. You have powerful energy, and you're already helping more people than you know. And that's only going to get better as you keep gently and easily moving forward, releasing those butterflies when they need to come up and move forward. Does that help at all?
Yes, I've got just one more quick question,
Sure.
and it's about the lighthouse. Because I was thinking about that today, because I've been watching lots of the monks and feeling very, very moved.
Mm.
And I know there's this sort of um ideology theory. I don't know what the word to describe it is, that your outer reflects your inner and vice versa.
No, it's not
And
vice
that,
versa. It's not
oh, how
vice
do you,
versa. The outside only reflects the inside. You are the
oh,
creator.
right. See, because in my building, I've got a lot of really crazy people. So
Well, that's
I'm a
because you still have a frequency that believes you're crazy at some level. As soon as you let that go and move more into your compassionate state, like you're already doing, like you were saying earlier, then
yeah.
you won't see them or yourself in that light. You'll see from that higher compassionate level that sees everybody perfect on their own journey and yourself as well.
So this morning, and I was thinking about the monks and thinking about their service to humanity, and then I was thinking about, oh, trying to sort out the outer reflection and going, oh my God, what the hell is so wrong with me that I'm in the building full of crazy people? I mean, really crazy people. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm here because I've got to transmute my energy. So like I'm a lighthouse, and maybe there's people in like crazy buildings all over the world put there because they're supposed to help. But then I was thinking, and then this is the bit where I got really arsy with everything, and I just thought that's not fair. Why the fuck do I have to help other people? I'm like, why can't I just? I was going through all this today, but now actually I'm thinking, yeah, I'm resisting it because I just for whatever reason. Probably because I don't feel I'm good enough to rescue myself. Do you think that's what it is? Because I'm really like,
What feels right to you?
oh, Kevin, nothing feels right to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You
Um,
know. I think you know what you're doing. You're just resisting the beauty and majesty and power that you are just out of habit because other people didn't see it in you when you were young. But you can't deny it. It's going to come through. The beauty of your and immensity of your being, the indestructible, eternal, infinite nature of who you really are at the core, can't be denied forever. And we just learn habits of thought, thanks to parents and others, that pushed us down and trained us into it. But that's just old stories. And every time you step into your own light, that one of those stories will just evaporate. Before you know it, you'll see everything as a perfect next step and next step and next step to your own evolution and expansion. You're not here to help anybody else. That was never your journey, even though people maybe told you it was or trained you, or maybe the monks are trying to say, yes, we're here to fix other people or whatever. Listen to your own heart first. What feels best to you and move in that direction. That's what we're all here to do is find our own heart space and our own internal guidance and clear out the clutter of the outside world. And you can't get it wrong. Every step is a perfect next step to the next now moment and the next.
so what's the next step? If I can work on the next step,
That's up
then
to
I can work.
you. What feels
I
the
don't,
most
oh my God, I've
exciting?
got no. I don't know. My head's a mess. I don't know.
It's okay. Relax. Take a breath. Just relax
Hmm.
back into the meditative energy. That's how you know when that energy comes up. That's when we know that the brain's recordings are dominant in this moment. But you are not your brain. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are divine energy pretending to be a disconnected human. But that divine energy perfect guidance, clarity is always there. As we notice the negative energy, let it go in the moment and it'll come back. But you practice it again, let it go, come back. And sooner or later, you'll start to feel more of that connection and less of the disconnection. And then that's where clarity comes from. It's within. Your inner being will give you that clarity. So sometimes it's just relax and chill out. Sounds easy. I mean, it sounds like, wow, I can do that, but like, what else do I have to do? No, that's it.
Yeah.
You're doing fine, Hazel. Give yourself some credit. You're speaking to everybody on the call. We're all in these roller coaster rides at times. We all have our emotional ups and downs. We all have our pains and our disconnects, but we're all showing up. We're all still here. You came to this call because your intuition guided you here to get some answers and some perspective. So be proud of that is my invitation. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Good for you. Thanks for bringing that up. And Hazel definitely does speak, certainly to me and others. This is not, we didn't pick an easy journey. When we decided to come into human form at this time, particularly of a massive evolution on the planet, it's a tough journey. It is a hard journey, and yet here we are. So we can all afford to be proud of ourselves for showing up. And there's some good comments there too, Hazel, if you want to look into the comments. All right. Let's see who's next. Nefrit, I think, is who's next. Yeah, go ahead, Nefrit. Still there?
Yeah, finding the unmute button for a minute. That takes a few seconds. So first of all, I wanted to say it's the second time I'm on the call, and I just feel the energy from everything. It just feels so wonderful to be connected to like-minded people. I know we're all connected, but being in a space designed specifically for people who are in the same frequency, it's just so empowering and beautiful. So thank you for creating the space, and thank you for the beautiful meditation, Melissa. So first, I want to say, first of all, that we're all talking about the year 26. I don't know if people were aware of the numerological significance of the number, but as I was expanding in my spiritual journey over my lifetime, there was a point where I started noticing numbers, and I knew that the angels were talking to me through numbers. It's a language, just like many other languages. And I started noticing very specific numbers and synchronicities. And the latest number that started showing up to me, and I didn't know the meaning of it, was 26. Everywhere, 26, 26, 26, 26. And I finally looked it up, and I learned that it was the sacred number in Judaism for the word Jehovah, which is a very, very sacred word. It carries a lot of weight, and it's really there's a word for it in Kabbalah and mysticism, Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah and Gematria. It's called Gematria, that spells the word Jehovah, and it's 26. So I know coming into this year, I'm really hoping that this is going to be a pivotal year. It's the year of God for humanity and for love, because God is love. So I have high hopes for this year, by the way. Also, I wanted to say that to Hazel, she said, Hazel, you said, how do we help out? How do we help the suffering? And the thing is, our only job here, this is what my take on this, is to be love. The how, that's not up to us. We're co-creators with the divine source, God, whatever you want to call it. We're co-creators. It's not just God, and it's not just us. We're doing this together. So our only job here is to be love. And how do you love? You just follow your true happiness. Whatever is your true happiness, whatever your gifts are. And sometimes it takes some time to kind of quiet down the chatter and the narrative that is our thinking brain, and connect into the inside and find that guiding light inside of you. But we all have different gifts. We all have different ways to be love here. But once you find it, that's it. That's your only job. And that's how you help the collective. You find your way how to be an expression of love here through your true gifts. Whatever really makes you feel true happiness, that's your expression of love. And the how, that's it. You kind of like you give a clay in the hands of the creator when you are love here. You enable the divine to help all of us and us. And we're helping ourselves. And by helping ourselves, we're helping the collective. And we're enabling God to help the rest of us. Because it's a co-creator. A lot of people, I hear people blame God, say, why did God allow this? Why did the divine allow this to happen? But what people need to realize is we're minimizing our own magnificence and power by putting all the weight on the divine. That's not how it is. We have a lot of power. We are creator. We are God on earth. We're together. So when we blame, it's not about blaming anybody. It's about taking kind of responsibility for our own actions, our thoughts, our hearts. And that's when we enable this beautiful creation to grow and expand, but there's no right or wrong either. So the one thing I wanted to share in regards to that, in acceptance, and you asked to share some experiences, and I wanted to share a very powerful experience that I had that kind of connects to all of it. So as I said, I had many, many spiritual experiences my entire life, and it's been growing and growing. Just like you said, the next step brings the next step, brings the next step. The more you grow and expand and learn, the more the tools come to you and the messages. And there's a timing and there's a pace. And so in the last few years, I kind of did this quantum leap of expansion. And the more I expand, the more I expand. And that's pretty amazing to see. And the more I open my channels to more and more communication messages. And so my latest was a pretty chilling experience that I had, a beautiful experience that I wanted to share here. So I had very, very significant 3 experiences being the presence of the source, the divine. I call it love consciousness. To me, it's a love consciousness of intelligent love. That's what it is to me. And I had first 2 experiences that kind of like brought me to that. And my last one was a few months ago. And I was in a state of kind of between sleep and awake. And I have many experiences in that state. And in that experience, I came to the presence of God. I felt the presence of it, the divine, the source. I didn't see it. There was no image. I just knew it. I just felt it. And I was asking it something very simple. Although I know in myself that everything is love, made out of love, I came to the presence of it, and I said, is everything love? Even murder? I went to the most extreme. And that's how it connects to all these violence and hate in the world that Hazel's kind of alluding to. And the minute I asked it, I had the answer, and it wasn't in words. The minute I formed the question, I had the answer. And when I had the answer, I felt my entire body, I felt it physically, tingling as if, there's horripilation, like when you're the hair standing on the back of your neck. It started in my head and it went through my entire body. I felt it so strongly. And I had the answer, yes, everything is made out of love. And the minute I had that understanding, that knowing, I felt myself going up, 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 rising as if I'm taking out of my body, rising upwards. And the thing that I understood, it's not to condone these acts. It's not to say, oh yeah, it's perfectly okay to do it. But what it meant was that I understood that we are here to be unconditional love. There's no conditionals on the divine. Whatever we do, we're not punished, we're not judged for it. We just are. And whatever we do, we have a consequence to our actions, but we're creating a story, we're creating an experience. And so when we are here, an expression of love, unconditional love, that's how, when we accept, we contain everything as with unconditional love, we enable the general frequency of everything to rise. We enable those who do lead by hate and they just don't know any better, by hate and violence. We help them by being unconditional love, because when we raise the collective vibration. And that's our only way that we need really to help. And it's not much. It's just, you don't have to do great heroic acts. You don't have to stand in front of people and lecture. You can even just sit in your own home and send out that love into the world. It's huge. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that means to you, a smile to a stranger. Any act of love is an act of love. It's not quantifiable. And
I think you
so,
bring up a good point. I want to interrupt you for a second, Nafreet. This is a
yeah,
beautiful stream of consciousness, which I hope you'll share with other people someday too, because it's
yeah,
so brilliant. That what you pointed out, one thing you really pointed out is that we're trained by our human side to be action oriented, that we have to do something to accomplish a result. But you just said it brilliantly. It's about being first and foremost and flowing the energy through you and to someone or something, or just feeling it because then you radiate it. That doesn't require any action at all. Action can be fun. It can be a byproduct. You could take a stand, you could do a blog, you could do all sorts of things from the action. But if you
exactly.
don't, you've got to have that open love connection flowing to and through you first, and then the action multiplies the energy of love. Would you say that?
Yes, and I think that's, people are walking around really frustrated. What can I do? What can I do? I feel like I need to do something with this exigency, in there. And I understand it. And it's so, like we need to do something about this, what's going on in the world. But the truth is, you really don't need to do anything specific. It's your internal, you have that guidance inside of you. And it's like you said, it's creating a blog, or is it being, I have friends who see their calling as being a beautiful mom, and that's their calling. That's their expression of love here. Or caring for their animals, or whatever that is. It really doesn't have to be, it adds up. That's the thing. It adds up and it matters. Every action of love matters. It doesn't have like a number on it. Oh, this is you make a difference, number 100, by being a leader of. No, it really doesn't matter. So, and the
And it's all
practice of
now,
being love.
anyways. So there
Yeah.
isn't future and past are really irrelevant. It's just what are you doing now? What feels good now?
No,
Be
it's
be
it's
love
all an
now.
expansion. It's a story being written and expanding as we write it. So,
That's I yeah, and I really, and I've said it before, Nifri, you're so divinely guided and you're so articulate with your words and your expression that I encourage you to express that every place that you get a chance, wherever you feel inspired. If it's a blog, if it's a video, if it's writing, if it's because it's you are what the world needs as much as anything.
Thanksgiving, yeah, I do have a blog, and I opened a group. I felt compelled to open a group. I called
Mm.
it the Way of Love, where people can get together and be accepted for who they are, and no, religion and faith and whatever that is aside. It's just
Is it
guided by
Facebook?
love.
Is that on
Yep,
Facebook?
yeah, it's the Way of Love, and I do anywhere I can. I write about it. I'm writing a book about it. I'm in the process of publishing in one book, and I just
Awesome. Can you share
all
some of
I
that
yeah,
in the Facebook group? You know, the share your services
yeah,
post is up now. Uh, I think it would help a lot of people who are looking for your specific delivery of beautiful guidance. If you wouldn't
yeah,
mind.
absolutely. I also do music. Yep, yeah, it's just
Thank
my
you for
way of
sharing. No, your
adding it.
perspective is always beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate you
Thank you.
being here. Wow. Sometimes it's what's so wonderful is when the opening meditation just leads the rest of the conversation. It's to me, it just shows you the power of um, the connection that we create and how it resonates so powerfully throughout the group. So let's continue like sharing what was going on, like what happened to meditation. I know that I see Rachel, you got your hand up, so go right ahead if you want to share something. Love to hear from you.
Um, Hazel, I felt compelled to share this book with you that I'm reading. It's called Zero Limits. And I too was struggling with the weight of the world and the atrocities happening to humanity, to the point I even felt guilty for living in my own little paradise up here on the mountain away from it all. And I struggled with what I could do. And it was actually making me physically ill carrying this weight. I was gifted this amazing book, Zero Limits. I invite you to read it as well, but it definitely discusses how you can uh, change yourself that in turn changes the world. And so I just felt compelled to share that with you and sending you lots of love.
Thanks so much, Rachel. Always, always a source of bright, loving light in this group. So, guys, anything else you guys want to share before we do a little telepathic practice? Yes, Masako. Is it Masako? But-
Yes, yes. Hi, Kevin. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Masako.
I just want to share what I experienced during the meditation. I have a oak tree in my backyard. That's my sacred place. I usually go there every morning with barefoot and sit and just meditate or just look around just to be. And that was my secret place. And I saw a lot of flowers and smell of flowers and some animals coming towards me. I thought it was donkey, but I it, it was horse, but it's like a unicorn, but the its mane is like fiery. It's not hot, but it was like fiery. Um, Maybe because I was thinking, 2026 is fire horse in Chinese zodiac. Um, Chinese zodiac won't start until sometime in February, but so he let me ride and when they're flying over the um, earth and flying into the space place, and he showed me a lot of spaceship or vessels from other beings and just showing me how much help or how much being or how many beings or helps we have right now, and then came back down, and the message was, this message comes up like recently over and over, maybe because I'm not embodying it yet, but allow, trust, and let go of control. Because my mind or my ego try to control things, but it doesn't work in a new frequency because everything is a frequency, and it's not controlling thing. It's like alignment and resonance, and those things. It's not the material things. So that was a message I'm doing my best to embody. So thank you,
Wow.
Mary.
Yeah, I love what you just said, Masako. The message is allowing trust and letting go of control, because the ego does try to control through fear, but that it doesn't work in the new frequency. That is brilliant right there. Because we are entering a new frequency realm in 2026, as you said, as others have said too. And so our old ways of being, if we hang on to those, then we just get sort of beat up by our own old belief system. So this is a year of letting go. Well, that's what the message that came through in my when I was doing the meditation, when I listened to the meditation, was let it go, let it go. I kept getting that as well. So we're on the same frequency here. Thanks for sharing that. Beautiful. Doesn't work in the new frequency. I'm writing that one down. Peter, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I wasn't going to really say anything, but Masako brought up something that happened to me in a dream a few days ago, and it had everything to do with frequency. I still don't know quite what to make of it, but I was just back in what I call the void, but the void was filled with an infinite amount of almost like stacked planes, and they were all individual, and they all represented individual frequencies. And I was a part of one of them. So my frequency corresponded to a certain stack of infinite layers. It's just infinite. It just went up and it went down for as far as you can see. And they could all combine and separate. I could interact or be a part of any of them, one of them, all of them at the same time. But they were all responding to frequencies, and I don't know what my frequency is, even if there's a word for it. Probably isn't, but my frequency corresponded with this one, and there was infinite amount of them, and my frequency had an infinite amount of layers. It was just wanted to share that. It was just very distinct. Yeah.
It's so I've heard from other sources, other channeled sources, a very similar perspective of the higher dimensional realm.
How
That
do can you
part of it.
can you explain? Because I don't know. I just accept it for what it is. I can't really make heads or tails.
Well, I'll just share a little bit, but as you point out, and as I would invite everyone to do, is you've got to kind of find your own meaning in the things that we receive. But there are sort of like a few broad perspectives that seem to be common among everyone. Just there's a different way to explain sort of the same thing. And that's stepping all the way back to the idea that the core of our being, of all that is vibration. It's vibrating energy, physical, non-physical energy. It's both, not just limited to the physical realm, but beyond everything. All that is vibrating frequency. Consciousness is vibration. And we have free will to choose where to move that vibrational frequency. And as you just pointed out, when we do, then we move, then that realm becomes apparent to us, our perception. It's just like tuning a radio dial. You go to one place and there's jazz. You tune it here, there's rock. You tune it here, there's pop. And we're the ones who set the frequency based on our focus. And so there are
Yeah.
infinite dimensions, there are infinite frequencies, and we are the creator. And the neat thing about the third dimensional reality is that it's dense and slow moving, but as we move our frequencies around in the third dimension and we hold it long enough, love or joy, or if it's in worry or stress or fear, wherever it is, we hold it long enough, it physically manifests into our perception. And so the advantage of being here is that we have more ability to separate out and focus in on a frequency and see the manifestations and then make choices to move to different frequencies or stay there. And we don't have the broad view of all that is in that moment. Because when you're
Yeah.
in that
I
higher
I think
state,
that's kind of the key thing is that, um, like I experienced so much in meditation and dream state that I joyfully say I have no idea what's going on. My little Pete ego hasn't a clue. Like, what the heck was that? And it's kind of like it's okay. I don't know what's going on, but eventually I'll transcend or die, go back to the source, and then it'll be like, oh, okay.
well, but the thing is that it's all reflection. It's all the what we perceive around us. That's why the inside creates the outside. The
Yeah,
outside is just a vibrational mirror that has responded to the inside.
yeah,
So it's whatever meaning it has to you. Does it feel good? Then that's a vibration you want to keep. Does it not feel good? Then you want to move off of that vibration. And then the reflection, the people,
yeah,
places, circumstances, events, and emotions will shift. It just takes time in a physical reality. You can shift your vibration instantly. You can go from feeling sad to happy if you just change what you're focusing on. Think of babies and puppies and butterflies, and suddenly, hey, you're feeling good
Yeah.
when you're just depressed. But the physical reality is slow. It takes time to catch up. That's why you can't look at the outside and use that as your measuring stick to see how well you're doing.
Yes.
It'll
Yeah.
never, you'll never catch up, and then you get stuck in the loop. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
working. And then you get depressed, and then you create more depressed stuff. You
It's
got to
it's
look on
kind of
the inside. Go
it's
ahead.
kind of my goal for 2026, and maybe a small little step, because it's like the physical surroundings really dampen everything down, bring everything down. It's very difficult, but in meditation and dream state, what I experience is just off the charts. And I guess it's my goal is to try and
Do more of that.
experience a little bit more of it in the physical state. But I mean, to try,
Well, but
you
that's the
know,
point, though. That's the point.
we can't try to do it. It just needs to open heart and let it occur.
Yeah, and be
Yeah.
easy on yourself. Be easy on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to set a goal and accomplish it or not, because then, again, there's that brain getting in the way.
Yeah. It's
You're
just an
doing great,
intention and an open heartedness, love, and
and not
yeah.
beating yourself up if you think it didn't go the way your brain thinks it should have gone.
Yeah. Doing without trying. Yeah.
There you go. And not putting any conditions on the doing.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
from a state of inspired impulse, and
Yeah.
not doing until you get the inspired impulse.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you for letting me share, everybody.
Oh, you're so powerful, Peter. Thank you for being on the call. Hazel, looks like you got one more, and then I think right after we're done with you, Hazel, we'll go into our telepathy practice. Go ahead, Hazel. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I just from everybody and on the call today, I've just realized something that it's just a massive, 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 massive breakthrough. And I've just realized why I've had all these blocks up against everything. And I'm actually okay. I think I'm just my body's still just reacting, but and I realized it suddenly hit me. It's survivor's guilt. Like leaving behind a very difficult time, like, from childhood. And it just feels like I'm betraying all those other people who are going through it themselves now, like kids and stuff. Um, I'm crying because it's just a release. I'm not actually sad now.
You don't have
It's
to
just like,
you don't have to explain. Just be yourself.
it's just like, oh my God, that's what it is. It's just a sense that I just feel like so. I mean, I know I'm gonna feel like a bit woo right now, but it's like the next step is that, yeah, I just, I would have felt guilty if I stepped away because it's like I feel like I'm abandoning all those other people.
And so, how do you feel now about that? Can you let that
I'm
go?
actually, despite all of this, I'm actually really happy because
Hey,
I've realized it. I've realized it now, so I can do the healing, and it's like you were saying earlier about like the lighthouse. As long as I was throwing myself on the rocks, I was not going to be able to be the light for myself or anybody else. But I can stop crashing against the lights, against the all the rocks now because I was stuck down amongst everyone else, just like trying to find a lifeboat. But I wasn't actually helping anybody
or
down there
yourself.
or myself. Um, yeah. Uh, it's kind of like one of those breakthroughs where I think I'm probably gonna have to have a very long nap after this. Um, but yeah, and that would not have happened without this phone call. I'd have been still stuck in oh, everyone can fuck off. Why do I have to do it? But yeah, because I was angry at myself because I didn't want to feel guilty if I moved on. But now I don't have to feel guilty because by moving on and I get myself sorted, then that's how I can help other people.
Yeah, and if
But as
they're ready
long as
to come along, they'll come along. Those who
Yeah.
are at your new vibration will come, and if they don't, then they'll find a different path, and it's not your responsibility. You're a beautiful, bright, shining soul, Hazel. Your breakthroughs are light up these calls and give us permission to look in the dark places and release them. I really appreciate that about you. And you deserve
Thank
a
you,
long nap.
everybody. Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank you for being here, Hazel. That's what it's about, boys and girls. That is what it's about. This is what we're all going through as these leading edge light workers. The big dark stuff is time for it to come up. Like I said before at the beginning of the call, Suzanne and I both, really dark stuff this year. Like the whole year was just a lot of physical pain, a lot of emotional trauma, separation in families, just the stuff that you think you never have to face, and then well, there it is. And all you can do is face it and get help if you can. Like Hazel, you found your way to this group by following your divine inspiration. So congratulations. Pat yourself on the back for doing that, as we all have. And then we get lighter as a result. And so by helping ourselves, particularly in this community, we are helping humanity. As you said, it was beautifully stated. I love it when it's 11:11 here. All right, let's take this to another level, shall we? So I'll lead us to a little guided meditation, and just for a couple of minutes. And just like with Melissa's meditation, it'll be a little different, but the idea is to completely relax and let go as much as you want, and see if you can be even more deliberate about inviting in either a spiritual connection, or if you have someone you want to communicate with telepathically. I mean, at the end of the day, the idea of the group is to help communicate telepathically with others, but this is the work to open that channel. Everything we've done today is the work to open up the telepathic channel. So just decide what you want to do with it and be open to whatever comes. And so I'll go for a couple minutes, and then I'll be quiet for a little bit, maybe 5 minutes or so, and then I'll bring us back, and then we can chat a little bit more and see what might have come up. Remember, there's no effort involved here. You're not comparing yourself. You're not trying to do anything. You're just totally relaxing and allowing and receiving. And then when we come out of it, you might want to write down anything that you got. All right, let's go here. So we settle in to our chair, make our adjustments, and get comfy. And we close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. We hold it for a moment and exhale. Just breathing the air completely out of our lungs. We breathe in again. And as we exhale, we begin gently releasing our thoughts, any connections, any attachments, just releasing it all and letting it go. And one more time. And as we let go, we surrender to the natural ebb and flow of our universal consciousness, just trusting the floating sensation, beautiful energy all around us, just trusting that whatever comes to us, whatever happens, is perfect, knowing we are safe and secure and supported. And in each moment that we relax and release a little bit more, we are connected even more. Our soul frequency raises a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit more. We float up above the clouds and into the bright sunlight of Source. And if we feel any tension in our bodies or in our hearts, we just observe it. Don't try to push anything away. We just observe it, breathe into it, and let it go a little bit more. And each weight that we let go of, we raise our frequency and float up a little bit higher into the astral realm, into the non-physical frequencies of spirit. Seeing that brilliant, bright source sunlight, being able to see everywhere and everything and everyone in this beautiful divine frequency of love. Inviting in those who are on the same frequency to share messages and communication, love. So easy to open up and share love, radiate love, receive love, be love. All perfect. As my voice drifts away now for a few minutes, just bask in the beauty of this energy field. Enjoy the messages and communications if they appear. And as we are wrapping up our communication, we say thank you to whoever came through or whatever we felt, whatever we experienced. Feeling appreciation in our hearts, sending that out to the universe for this beautiful divine connection that we shared today. And whenever you're ready, just bring your presence back into the body, just feeling the connection to the physical once again and to each other. Come back into awareness, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. Well, that was pretty cool. Felt really deep. And I also had an image come to me that I usually get an image or have an image that I project out to the group in case you happen to tune in. But I got something that was really big and bright. So we'll see if anybody picked it up. So what did you guys receive? Anybody have any communication or just imagery or hear anything, feel anything? Yeah, Annalie, go ahead.
I first of all, when before we started today, I had actually not completely forgotten about it, but I was having my mind on a million of other things, and I was pretty stressed out because we had like a massive snowstorm the last few days, and I've been completely blocked from um, well, outer world.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fly out to another place tomorrow. And I was like, I can't go because I can't get out come out from here. I'm just blocked. And I was so stressed, and and then my neighbors called and said, well, they can't come and plow the snow away. So so I was even more stressed, and I was trying to find somebody else, and then I looked at my phone, and I saw, oh, because it's 4 p.m. when we start here. And I was like, it's 4 o'clock. It's the meeting is now. And I was like, no, I'm not going. I need to fix this. I really need to fix this. I need to take care of all of this, and I have so much to do, and I'm so stressed out. I can't go. No, I won't go. And then I just thought, well, wait a minute. Maybe I should go just to kind of get out of my brain a little bit.
Yes.
And the minute I had that thought, I had a text message. We come and help you. It was like this.
Wow.
So the minute that the second when I just released the stress and turned it to
wow.
Yeah, to join and to actually joining would be a possibility and a help for me.
Wow, that's
so
a powerful demonstration.
That was pretty amazing, actually. So he's been here now. I mean, the snow is
wow.
it was really fast. once it got going, it was just really fast. So and now this meditation, I was still a little bit tense and ran on and off before the meditation, but now I just relaxed into the meditation. And it was just wonderful. I could just feel all of this stress leaving my body and my mind. And so when I tuned in and just see if someone was there, my mom came through, and it's been a while since I have been in the frequencies to actually meet with her. And today is exactly 2 years since her funeral. And normally she comes through, or up until now when she has been coming through, I have seen her exactly as she used to look when she was in her body. Today she was just light and love, pure love. And it was just beautiful. She was just shining, and there was this like a highway of light and love just coming towards me and to me. It was so beautiful that um yeah, I could still kind of see her face, see her, but within this big bright light. It was really, really beautiful.
Wow.
And and I asked her, was that you who helped me through this and helped me, had all of this going? And she said, I'm always here. I'm always helping you. I'm always assisting you. I'm always here for you. And I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm living my human life in my body and running around doing my stuff, and I forget that I actually have so much help.
That's a great reminder for all of us. We are so supported. And all we got to do is, like you did brilliantly, you caught yourself in the moment of stress and said, oh, here's a place where I can go and be supported for just a little window. And even before you got here, you opened the
Yes.
door. That's
Yeah.
how powerful you are, Annalie. Man, what a great reminder. Thank you for sharing that story. That's
Thank
such a
you.
great reminder. All of us, guys, we're so supported. It's going to take 5 minutes to let the door open a bit and allow that support to come in. It's funny how much is there, and we're so human that we just pinch it off. Again, it's the same journey we've been talking about the whole call. It's how to let go of the brain's chatteriness in the outside world and just tune in, and then magic like that happens. Yeah, that's my takeaway. Monique, go ahead. What was your experience?
Mine was so much more practical this time round.
Mm.
And I think it's because I'm being taught in a way that I need to be, as opposed to what I'm trying to chase. I'm learning that as I go along to let go of the expectations and trying to control how it all unfolds. So having said that, when I connected, as I started to get used to the feeling that to me is kind of familiar now, is like a almost overwhelming feeling of love. And now I say almost because before it was totally overwhelming, but I've come to the point where, I would still shed a few tears, but it's not overwhelming anymore because now I'm allowing it in and I'm allowing it through my body. So every time it kind of felt like it rose like really high, I just kind of let it go through me and out of me and kind of like shared it in a way. So like, yeah, instead of crying buckets, it was just like, the odd couple of tears on either side kind of thing. And in my mind, I thought, I'm not even going to ask a question this time. I'm just going to see how it goes and what happens. And I was suddenly like really, my awareness went up. It was like really heightened, but it was more of awareness of my body. And suddenly it felt really heavy. And I guess it was my first experience of the denseness, of the human body in comparison to the spirit. And it felt kind of weighty. And then I could feel my intestines, and I noticed they were a little bit raspy. And then I tasted a slight, toxin metallic taste. And the thought came straight to me because I'd chosen just to try, some processed food today. And I think I was being reminded of what that would, the effect, on the inside of my body that I'm not usually conscious of. At that moment, I was really conscious of it. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Um, and then I did ask because I wasn't enjoying it that much. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like, can I have a little experience of, now I know where I am or where you are kind of thing. And it changed at that point to, the level of love just rising up and up again. And I was just getting into it, and that's when it ended. So I was like, oh, It was a bit short and sweet, but I know that it was just right at the moment because I got what I needed. I totally
Yes.
get that.
What a great awareness. And there's so many little pieces in there. I mean, we could pick this apart for the next hour. There's so much beauty in this. The one thing I wanted to highlight, actually, the two things. One is that as we do this work and our spiritual side or consciousness becomes lighter as we let go of the human brain density, we become more sensitive too. And so we do start to notice areas where we're still out of alignment. And the body is the first thing we notice because it's always with us. And it's the first reflector, so to speak, of our vibrations. So the idea that we feel really heavy or dense or even in pain when we're doing the vibrational alignment work, it's like, wow, what the heck? I see, it feels like I'm going the wrong direction. It's no, you're becoming more sensitive to what was already there. I just had that happen last night. We've had our granddaughter here 4 days, and she is the light of the world to me. We have this immense loving connection and just have a blast. She reminds me how to be a child. So I'm at this high frequency, and I had the worst dream I've ever had last night. It was just all about all sorts of stress and not getting it done and can't figure it out and all sorts of pain. And I had an experience many years ago, which I won't go into now, where I had a chance to talk with Abraham about a similar kind of thing, having a negative dream on a positive cruise. And they said it's because you're becoming more sensitive. You become more aware of everything as you do this vibrational work. And so you're more than sort of inspired to start facing the things you haven't let go of. So Monique encapsulated that in beautifully. And I just also wanted to acknowledge you, Monique, for being aware of this and instead of living with the denseness, asking for something different, asking for a higher frequency experiencing, and then generating it in that short amount of time. So you're really on the path. Thank you for sharing that. And last but not least, Melissa, and you can take us home today.
Yeah, take me home, country roads. No, it was this was for Monique. Cody came to me as soon as we started, and he was showing me this beautiful place with all these like poppy flowers or beautiful flowers with like a park bench.
And I should interrupt and say that Cody is her non-speaking, Monique's non-speaking son, one of them, right?
Yes. And
Yes, one of two. I have to interrupt just for this moment because my other son usually feels a little put out when everyone talks about Cody and not Aaron. So yes, he's one of a pair.
Gotcha.
it's oh yeah, he came and he was just showing me this beautiful like flower patch and said this is where he comes with you like when you're, how do I want to say it, like feeling love, or he goes to this place with you, like it's a love place, like and he said like he had a music box, like I had a box, like a boom box from back in the day, like my era, and said like this is a place like to dance and feel like this. I don't know, he was just showing me this beautiful expression of just like love, I guess. I don't know, I didn't know what to make of it, but it was just beautiful. Like it was about dancing and love, and I'm not sure, but I just wanted to say that, and I don't know if it means anything, but it was kind of like he was just showing me this place of like serene beauty, and it was really lovely.
Thanks for sharing that, Melissa. And Melissa, if for those who don't know, is an amazing non-speaker communicator. And speaking of which, we are going to be doing a workshop, she and I together, to connect with non-speakers and for the parents and caregivers on the 9th, which is 6 days from now. So it's a free workshop, 10 o'clock on the 9th, which is Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern time. So you guys are all welcome to join us. Reach out to either me or Melissa if you want. If you haven't seen it, it is posted in the group. And I did want to share briefly before we wrap up here. This is what came to me. And so, Melissa, you kind of like that energy was exactly this. This was the image that came and stayed with me right in my face. And I think it probably represents everybody here. So we're all
I
on the
think the
same.
whole family felt it here too, because My husband and Janessa were on the call, and when I walked out for a second after I was done, the one cat was passed out in the bed, the dog was passed out on the floor, and one cat was passed out across my husband like this. So everybody was feeling that love today. I can say that for sure.
Oh,
I could
wow.
feel it within the group. It was amazing, beautiful.
Thanks to everybody who shared. Thanks for the meditation, Melissa. Always beautiful. And reach out to any of us. Connect with each other. Connect with us. If you've got questions, you just want to chat about something. We're all in this together. Nobody's better or worse than anybody else. So thanks for being in this crew today on this call on this beautiful, bright day of the new year, 2026. We are going to rock this year like it's never been rocked before. And I'm so excited to be a part of this with you guys. Thanks, everybody. Namaste. Love you all. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.